Welcome to Cooking with Cindy. We are continuing the winter holiday special. Today we will be doing desserts. I'm not sure what you guys are doing for desserts for this holiday season. This year, our family will be doing a blueberry cobbler. My blueberry cobbler, some have said that it's the best dessert they've ever had in their life. I feel like with this blueberry cobbler, or with really any cobbler, you just cannot make enough of the crumble that's on top. So in my recipe, I make sure to do tons of crumble, so then there's a nice balance. Now, you can do, usually, like for instance, on Christmas, I'm gonna be doing a 13x9 pan that I'll be putting my blueberry cobbler in. But when I have like big parties, for instance, like Easter, etc., I also like to put them in ramekins. So you can do the pan, or you can do individual servings. And with individual servings, you just do the ramekins. But today I will be doing the 13x9 casserole dish. Now, let's start off by coating the blueberries. It sounds very decadent, but you know what dessert isn't decadent, right? I'm gonna add 1 cup of sugar, regular sugar, and then a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. And we're just gonna mix this all together. And then what's gonna happen is you wanna just evenly, you wanna toss this so then it evenly coats everywhere. Okay, that should be good enough. And then we put this aside, and then we make our crumble or topping. So I want cold butter, right? So I'm gonna cut it into, I don't know, just small little cubes. And this recipe, this dessert recipe, is so easy to make. I mean, you just gotta mix these ingredients together, put it in the oven, and you're done. You serve it with vanilla ice cream or whatever ice cream. You know what ice cream would also be really good and super decadent? It's caramel ice cream. Can you imagine eating caramel ice cream with this blueberry cobbler? Oh my gosh. So I'm just gonna cut it into small pieces. It really doesn't matter what size. And then in a bowl, you're gonna mix all of the other ingredients together. So 3 cups of brown sugar. It's a lot of sugar. Okay, so 3 cups of quick oats. And then 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. 2 teaspoons each of ground nutmeg and ground cinnamon. And then we're gonna add cubed butter. I think I might need a bigger bowl. This bowl is not gonna fit, or it does fit, but it's just not gonna be big enough for me to toss it around. So my recommendation is get a large bowl, not a small one. Okay, let's mix this puppy up. And then what you wanna do is break apart these butter cubes. And the reason being is because you want these butter cubes, right, to be just all over the blueberries so that the butter just gets scattered and spread everywhere. Okay, that's pretty thoroughly mixed. And then now I have a 13 by 9 dish that I'm gonna go ahead and butter or grease. On all sides. So you just pour the blueberries in the baking pan and spread the flour and sugar all over so it's just not concentrated in one area. Okay. And then you're gonna literally just pour this on top. And then just make sure that the butter cubes are all over the place and not concentrated in one area. This looks like there's a lot of topping, but to be honest, once it starts baking and melting, you'll see how even though it looks like the crumble is a lot, it'll shrink. Do you see how quick this was? This took me, what, 5 minutes to make? So I have the oven preheated at 350 degrees. I'm gonna bake this for an hour. If I was using the ramekins, I would probably bake it for 45 minutes. But there you go. In an hour and 5 minutes, you're gonna have a fantastic dessert. So let's put this baby in the oven. So we are done. I actually set the wrong time earlier. It's really supposed to be an hour and a half. I think I said an hour, so that's not true. But basically, it depends on your oven, right? Because you wanna make sure that all the flour is cooked, meaning there's no remnants of the white powder or the white flour on top. So if you wanna take a look here, it's all now cooked and brown. You'll see just a little remnant here, which you'll know what I'm talking about when you see this. If that's over all of your crumble on top, then you know that that's not cooked, right? Okay, gonna get myself a nice scoop. See how I said it's like I can't make enough crumble on top. See here? I like lots of crumble. So you saw how much I put. To me, it's still not enough. Look at that. And then you have to eat a cobbler with ice cream. You can't do it without. So I have vanilla ice cream here. I have my ice cream scooper in a bath of hot water, right? Because you need to do that in order to get a nice clean scoop. And so when your ice cream scooper is nice and hot, see how easier it is to just scoop the ice cream out? It's not cooperating with me. There you go. Wowza. Piping hot. I love the contrast of the hot cobbler with the coldness of the ice cream. I'm like tempted to get the ice cream first. So what I want to do, a spoonful of the ice cream along with the filling and the topping. Cheers. Wow. This is unbelievable. I know it's my recipe. And Peter says this to me all the time. He's like, you really shouldn't love your recipe that much, but I do. I can't help it. The crumble here, the topping, has this amazing, almost like a caramel flavor. And the blueberry filling, wow, this is heaven on a plate.